time living in Europe when he was in the younger part of his career. And so a lot of that time was in Germany. And then I would go visit him and I would travel on the train and go to other places like Austria. So the point of telling you this story is that boiled wool is like a kind of Swiss Alps, Austrian, German thing, at least from my experience with it. And so when I saw these were in the show, I'm like, oh, I feel like we're going to Europe. This is so lovely. And Christmas in Europe is so gorgeous. And these are boiled wool slippers. They are entirely lined with that like faux fur, faux shearling, which is so silky and fuzzy, but never so thick and heavy and sweaty that you're like, oh, could I slip this on with a sock? But speaking of slip on and slip off, this is from the brand Spenko. Dr. Wayman Spence, world famous podiatrist, brand started in 1967, based in Waco, Texas, started with orthotic, athletic, medical grade inserts for runners and athletes. So now this pair of slippers, done an acute mule boiled wool slip-on, come with a full set of basically shearling, fuzzy lined orthotic inserts that you can use in any of your other flat shoes or sneakers. Here, as we invite out our guest, Dr. Nicholas Pagano, who is a podiatric surgeon in the Philly area and owns his own podiatric practice, are your colors. They are whole sizes only, not surprising, so round up. Down here, boiled wool with a gray outsole is your navy. Then we have our orchid. Then we have our black, which is like a charcoal suit gray. Elderberry, love the oatmeal, love the green, which we call olive. We move on to winter red, which is like deep, deep cranberry. And then another one of my favorites, sadly, if it's yours, hurry, dove gray is limited. All right, Doc, nice to see you here.
Good to be here. How are you?
I'm really good. My feet have been feeling fantastic lately.
Yeah.
And Dr. Pagano will be the first to tell you that your feet are connected to every other bone and ligament and thing in your body. So it's no surprise that as we age, they break down because for how many ever years you are old, they've been carrying the weight of your whole human body on surfaces that are not natural in most cases.
In most cases, and primarily now in our homes, you know, we're walking around on hardwood floors. So it's just wonderful that Spenko, in our 50 years of history, have developed, researched, and actually designed our full contact comfort footbed that comes with every single one of the Dundees that you got on right now.
So they're called the Dundee.
The Dundee.
Tell me about the Dundee, because the first thing I will say is the boiled wool is so like heirloom European cool, but they are space age lightweight.
Yeah, incredibly lightweight. The boiled wool that you're feeling is just so soft. And then we take that shearling, and the shearling, what I love is that it goes all the way to the toes, Sean. So when you step into these, you feel that full contact comfort footbed, but it's also your entire foot is embossed in that faux shearling. And then we take a hat tip from our Siesta, which you and I have been selling for many, many moons, with 2 areas of goring on the outside and on the inside. But then you have our Power Bridge EVA built-in outsole, which is nice and rugged. So we're expecting, you know, wear them around the house, right? Take the dog out if you need to, but you're still gonna have that comfort that we expect for you to have.
Doc, they are whole sizes only, so I'm gonna remind everybody, since these are the only presentation of the whole day, they come in medium and wides, which is amazing. They are shipping for free, like everything this holiday weekend is, because we're getting you ready 22 days from now to celebrate Christmas, and then they're on that easy pay. The idea of slipping your feet into these to frankly rehabilitate your feet after long days out at work and in heels and in heavy-soled shoes is one thing. But then, pardonnez-moi, can we talk about the science here? Because the science now slips out of the slippers and can be essentially turning any other flat shoe you have into a Spenco orthotic comfort shoe because of this. So we've got an animation. Explain more.
Yeah, well, the second that your heel hits the ground, Sean, it's met by a deep heel cup that cradles and aligns your heel. Then as the foot comes completely down on the ground, it's met by a medial and lateral. That's inside and outside of your foot, orthotic grade cradle arch. Then as we push off, as we propel with every step that we take, this green icon that you see, that's our metatarsal dome. It's gonna relieve stress and strain from the ball of your foot. So we're able to address every little bit of your foot every time you take a strike. We're able to read and react, and that's why our footbed doesn't push you one way or another. It guides you.
Oh, they're so comfy.
And the way that it guides you, this is a thermal graphic, and what you see on the left-hand side is a normal footbed that comes with a normal shoe. And when I look at it, Sean, I see the vacancies on the inside and the outside, and where in the world is the heel? On ours, that full contact comfort footbed, you see the full silhouette of the foot. But also what I love is that oasis of blue surrounding that metatarsal dome, which goes all the way from the heel to the big toe. So we're talking the second your heel hits the ground, we start working, and you'll feel it at the end of the day.
I have to say, they are so silky soft and lightweight on the inside, and because they have that outsole that is essentially mimicking of a real shoe, you'll not just wear them to the mailbox. I mean, I can totally see like slipping these on with a pair of opaque tights because you're crazy busy and you've got to go pick up your kid or take your dog to the vet. And like, this is the shoe. I mean, and luckily they don't have coffee cups or martini glasses on them that make them look novelty. I mean, they are so comfy. There's like this, I'm gonna call it a lump, but that is a really underwhelming description of it. It's called the metatarsal pad, but he's the doctor. It's this raised area just underneath that sweet spot of the kind of arch of your foot, and it feels so good when you walk. Of course, I should take you through colors and remind you that these are the only presentation of the day, and they're on a cyber sale price. Blue boiled wool, navy. This is gonna be our orchid boiled wool. I love the black because it's like a charcoal gray. Elderberry boiled wool, oatmeal, the most popular. Olive, that cranberry, which we call winter red, and then dove gray just sold out. All of these are whole sizes only. And guess what? We also have men's, which I think is pretty cool. A little his and hers, Doc. Thank you, Dr. Pagano.
Thank you.
Coming up at about 11:30.